congratulations for making it to civil service interview.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Would you kindly introduce us about yourself and your educational background?
Sir, I am Shalini Singh and my educational background is electronics and communication engineering from Chennai. So, but I'm basically from Bihar.
How was your interview? And what are the type of questions being asked in the interview?
Interview, see, I will tell when I get the marks. So, but the board was very cordial, and the question that was asked, they touched my DAF area. They also asked about the international relation, and they also asked about, since my optional is sociology, the recent happenings in the sociology field with respect to the social issues. So they were asking on those fronts too.
Did you ask any trickish questions or situation-based questions?
I will not call that as a situation. It's a kind of a semi-situation based, where they were asking about my personal experience. So they want to know the real character here. So this was the situation based was limited.
What motivated you to appear for the civil service exam?
My humble motivation is that I want to see myself in the IAS. So that is the only motivation that is driving me to give multiple attempts.
What was the mode of preparation for your examination? Did you go for coaching or self-study?
So in my first attempt in 2018, I went for the coaching. But after that, I only went for the test series. And I did the preparation from the basic NCRTs and the basic materials. I read and I made my own notes. I strictly follow the newspaper every day. Suppose if I'm missing the newspaper, I used to listen to the news analysis. So I kept a proper note of that. So that was my effort. And my sincere advice is that coaching institute is good, but only it should be once. Rather, you next you have to go for your self preparation.
What was your strategy for prelims? And how did you tackle CSAT?
That is a nice question. CSAT. For CSAT, since I didn't give my 2022 attempt, so when I saw the previous year paper from the from past three previous year papers, so I could estimate that there will be a more number of questions from the number system, because every year that number of question was rising. So what I did was that I practiced like more than 20 sets of mock in the CSAT, which helped me to crack this kind of CSAT which we got this year. And with respect to the GS, my strategy was to complete my static portion well and good. I was not dependent much on that the notes that every some kind of note, bulky note that every year that people used to get. My strategy was practicing more and more question on the current affairs, and reading the basic materials again and again, and revising the mock test again and again. I practiced hardly 30 to 35 tests, but I revised it 2 times, those tests. So that helped me in cracking.
What was your strategy for mains and how did you approach the exam?
My strategy for mains, before mains, I daily used to practice 2 questions from my optional. And my simple strategy was to concentrate on ethics, especially the case studies, and also my sociology, and GS, the syllabus which is being given in the UPSC. So I made a proper notes from every subheadings of that. So that helped me in mains.
Did the board ask any question about international relations or foreign policy?
Yes, they asked.
What was the nature of the question being asked?
It was more about China. It is more about the international institution laws related to that part they have asked.
How did you keep physically and mentally strong and motivated?
Physically, so I will not say, because if you are away from the family, you will not get the good food. So what I did was that for mental happiness, I used to stay connected with my family members. So, and the second is that I used to watch the infotainments, the Netflix and all this. That is One Planet series and all. So it also gave me the information and also kept me motivated also. So these things I have kept.
What's your take on mental health and UPSC preparation?
This is a very serious aspect on which many of the aspirants miss. And mental health, in my opinion, it's very subjective. For what you consider a mental health for yourself will not be a healthy thing for me. So one has to analyze what he or she likes, and how this like is more related to what their objective that they have set. And they need to balance on that. So that is how we can balance the mental health, and proper connectivity towards your family members and friends will help you to move out of the kind of the dilemmas that we used to face.
What's the role of hobbies in civil service preparation, and what kind of hobbies do you practice?
So from these, your hobbies is like they should keep you more motivated, and it should supplement your preparation part, and these hobbies will change. Today as an aspirant, my hobby will be about sudoku playing or surya namaskar, but if I go into the civil services, my hobby will be reading about the administrative book, reading about the financial laws. So this is how the hobbies change with the
How was the night before interview, and how do you feel now?
night before the interview. I was feeling very sleepy first of all, and it was I was getting up. I got up early today also without alarm, so that kind of pressure it was there. So now I'm feeling relaxed, and I hope I give my medical exam good also.
What's your advice or suggestion for the future aspirants for preparing for the civil services, given the competitive nature of this exam?
The first, my humble opinion will be to complete the NCRTs and the basic books. One should not depend upon the class notes that these people get, that we are going X and Y Z class and we have made that notes. That will not help, because as a beginner our level of understanding will be low. So our quality of note making will also be low. So that's why we should go for the printed material, that book material that we used to get from the coaching institute. Constructive reading of that, making reading again and again and solving the question and then making the notes. Then we will come to know where are my weak areas. So for every person, note making will differ.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. We wish you all the very best for your results.